Hey, Michelle.
Hi.
Hi, sorry. I'm sick.
You guys want to go ahead and start because it may just be the three of us? Okay, let's start the meeting by pledging to the flag. You want to stand? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And then we have a land acknowledgement as a way of respecting, honoring, and creating awareness about our past. We begin our village board meetings by acknowledging that New Paltz is on ancestral land of the Munsee, Esopus, and Lenape people. Please join us in finding ways to support Indigenous communities. And we include on each of our agendas a list of a few suggestions. The agenda, we have a few things to add to it. So for the consent agenda, under number 2, we're adding letter C, street closure request for Earth Day. And under number 4, we have a Google Workspace renewal in the amount of $2,603.52 to be added. And then item number 5 in consent, approve records destruction authorization. Business agenda, item number 6, Hasbrook Park Green Infrastructure Bioretention Project. This is regarding the bid process. And item number 8 is the No Mow May letter we received from the college, and having a conversation about adopting a resolution to support this initiative. And that is it. Do either of you want to make any updates, amendments for this agenda? Motion to move both agendas as amended.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can we make an announcement about the spring cleanup is in full effect for the north side of town right now, a village. And then on Monday, the south side of town gets to put out brush and small appliances. I think it's one mattress, a couple of tires. There's a whole list of things that are approved for pickup. So for our villagers to take advantage of the spring cleanup that we're offering.
That reminds me, we should also remind people to RSP for the spring. What do we call it? This is it also called the spring cleanup, but when residents and college community members get together on a Saturday morning and meet at St. Joseph's Church and then go around town picking up all the trash that unfortunately we see so regularly. I believe that is for a week from this Saturday. But we can add this. I'll get the details and let's just include it in this agenda and just share it publicly on the website to encourage folks to RSVP and attend that event.
Will do.
No, so the other announcement that we have is that we plan to return to in-person meetings, and these will be hybrid, where folks can still participate via Zoom technology, but the folks at the Elton Memorial Library have generously allowed us to use their Steinberg Reading Room, which is a really fantastic room. It will set up very nicely as a public meeting room, fully ADA accessible, and we can have our first meeting using that space on April 27th would be our meeting as a village board, but then the plan would be to also have live meetings for planning board and zoning board of appeals. And we're doing that as an interim step before we're able to use the also ADA accessible ground floor meeting room that will formally be the fire station meeting room and will moving forward be a village hall meeting room for our boards and for other public events. So we're going to use the library, for several meetings. We're not exactly sure, but we're making sure that the fire department and fire company are all sorted before they go ahead and finalize their move from Plattekill Avenue to North Putt and Henry W. So we have the public hearing. Oh, do we have the public hearing open already for the tentative budget, or we're opening it today? I think it's already open.
It's already open.
Okay, so did we receive any comments? And is there anyone here who wants to make a comment related to that tentative budget?
There's no one present to make comment.
Okay, so that's on our business. Is it on our business agenda tonight? Because I'd like to adopt that budget this evening. If it's not, let's add that as a final item number 13 on the business agenda. And then I motion to close this public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone here for public comment, or have we received previously any public comments that we wanted to share?
Not received any public comments.
Okay. I motion to move the consent agenda as amended.
Can't.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Oh, I guess not, because you both said yes. Okay, next item, business agenda number 1, climate equity and justice related items and updates. Do either of you want to comment on any of those topics before we continue? Not right now. We can always circle back as we try to do. And then item number 2 is, I don't see Eve on this call. Eve was really fantastic, wanting to provide us with an update on the conversations that she's having as a county legislator. Maybe she'll show up tonight. If someone wants to text her and see if she still has that as something that she's going to do, dial in, that would be great.
I'll send her a message.
Great, yeah, ask her if she was planning on it. I mean, maybe our wires got crossed, but we definitely wanted to hear from her. That's that. Then let's move on to the draft MS4 annual report. It's currently available for review and comment. I believe we just have to publicly notice this and then adopt it. Could we put it on the next agenda for consideration, and we'll discuss whether we want to adopt it? Autumn, is that your understanding of next steps with that report?
Yes, that's my understanding.
Okay, so we're in this meeting, we're making sure that it's publicly available. Why don't we add that to the village website as well as the village Facebook page and encourage people to review it?
Will do.
So that we've had this on our agenda as a conversation topic for some time. I feel like we've figured out a good plan in terms of harnessing the interest and expertise of the Historic Preservation Commission to help us with a design review process by augmenting the planning board work and, you know, how to do this in a way that will work with our existing code. So there's Tom. Hey, Tom, you're on mute right now, but my understanding in terms of next steps is probably what we need to do is simply schedule a public hearing to be opened at a subsequent meeting where we will then consider you know, these two items, change the name to Design Review Board and expand the district from the current boundaries. You know, that's all we're doing as far as making changes to the code. Tom, I don't know if you're trying to say something.
I'm here. I was deliberately staying mute, but yeah, that
Okay.
sounds fine, Tim. I just wanted to make sure everybody understood. The renaming was sort of abbreviated for the agenda. We were actually looking to change it to the Design Review Board and Historic Preservation Commission. So basically add that to the existing title. It's kind of a mouthful, but it does capture kind of the two missions that we've been thinking about. And otherwise, Tim, I'm just here to address any questions if anyone has them.
Yeah, I'll accept your friendly amendment to our agenda item here. That makes a good deal of sense to me, and I'm comfortable with that mouthful. Let's err on the side of being descriptive. So we'll call it Design Review Board and Historic Preservation Commission. So I'd like to set a public hearing for April 27th at 7 p.m. And we'll open up to the public. And, you know, as we've done several times as a board, you know, we'll probably anticipate keeping that public hearing open for some time and try to stir the pot, maybe with another letter to the paper and engaging folks on social media to get some feedback on what we're considering as far as expanding the role of the HPC, because I think it really is additive and beneficial to the community. So I'm excited about what we're considering here. So someone want to second my motion to schedule the public hearing?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I would like to appoint Shane Reddy as an alternate to the HPC membership. I've met Shane before. He's a village resident. I'm super psyched that he's interested in volunteering. I think it'll be a fantastic addition.
Yeah, so thankful for all our volunteers. I'll second that.
All in favor of appointing Shane? Aye.
Aye.
Great.
Great. Okay, thanks, Tom.
Thank you all so very much. Speaking of volunteering, thank you. Okay, good night.
Next item is a resolution where our board would show support for a grant application. I had reached out to Ariana, and I think Bill said he would be interested in helping Ariana with a proposal. I mean, these federal grants are like incredibly competitive, and the grant applications are not too difficult, and we basically have engineering reports that we would include in terms of the project that we would like to receive assistance for, and it's basically a pump station upgrade at our sewer pump station in front of my market, as well as completing the water loop from Huguenot Street and connecting it to North Chestnut. I mean, that was also an ask in our most recent WIA application, so we could receive an award via that route, but we have not applied for assistance for the sewer pump station. Both of these are incredibly important in terms of making sure our conveyance systems work correctly. Um, so the deadline, I believe, is quickly approaching, but I think we can still get this submitted. So this resolution is just saying that we're on board with making sure that we're supportive of our application. And what we can also do is probably get a couple of additional letters or references from others who support our application and would agree that we would do the right things with this money that could be invested in our infrastructure. So all in favor of supporting this resolution?
Aye.
Someone will second it. All in favor?
And I'll second it.
Thank you. And the next item is the Hasbrook Park Green Infrastructure Bioretention Project. So this is an exciting project that we've worked on for some time. It's a really poorly designed intersection at Elting and Mohonk. It's kind of like a fast way to fly your car around a corner. It doesn't feel like it fits with a village street. It definitely doesn't fit next to basketball courts and a park with a playground. So there's a safety benefit there. And then what we're trying to do in addition is to more responsibly manage some of the stormwater that gets dealt with over on that corner. There's a lot of things going on in terms of water coming from the college as well as water from Hasbrook Park itself. And then interestingly, this also relates to our drinking water well project, where because we want to site 2 drinking water wells in Moriel Pool Park, by definition, we are shrinking the size of Moriel Pool Park by adding a few hundred square feet of drinking water wells. So the state parks folks want us to have an offset where we add parks somewhere else. So we're able to check off a few different boxes, basically improving safety, adding GI features, and then checking off that offset box where we're adding parkland to offset the fact that we're having a little bit less parkland over at Moriel Pool Park on the northern side of the park. So this is basically a schedule that's saying we're advertising to find a contractor to do the work, and then we'll open the bid on June 9th, and then we'll award the bid at the June 22nd meeting. So it's just basically showing our timeline. So I'd like to ask for support that we go ahead with advertising for this project. Someone want to second it?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Very excited about this.
Yep, years in the making. And and we should probably also give former Senator Jen Metzger a shout out, because what's pretty wild is that the outgoing lieutenant governor, who is doing funny things with $50,000 awards for developers, Jen Metzger used her ability to source funds for projects that have nothing to do with campaign contributions or folks who are going to support candidacies. She helped New Paltz a great deal with SUNY Impact Aid and getting money to help us pay for our LED street light replacements, and also she helped us get money to make improvements at this corner, and those are the $50,000 SAM grants that were also in the news yesterday when we saw outgoing Lieutenant Governor's resignation news. Okay, so just thank you, Jen, and we miss you terribly, because we don't have any representation up in Albany right now. Be a whole lot easier trying to run local government if we did. Next item is the Millbrook Preserve. So we have a letter of support for a grant application where folks are seeking American Trails Program funding, and this would help the. So this is for Mohonk Preserve Inc. Is that correct?
Millbrook, not Mohonk.
Oh, sorry. Millbrook Preserve Inc. is seeking grant assistance. And this is just our letter of support saying we think it's a great project and we hope that they are granted the assistance.
Yeah.
So do you want to make the motion for our village board?
Sure. I move that we approve this letter of support so that the Millbrook Preserve can hopefully get some money.
I second Donna's motion. All in favor?
Aye.
The next item
So
is
their help with upkeep. Can I have
did you guys hear my second? And then there was some sort of delay in Stana's comment. Autumn, was that all correctly recorded?
Yes, that came through.
Okay, cool. So the next item on this agenda is the No Mow May. So we received a letter from Kara, who's in the professor in the biology department at SUNY New Paltz, and we've had conversations about how it makes a lot of sense for folks to do less mowing generally, and I guess there's a broader push to encourage people not to mow during the month of May. That's a particularly sensitive time if we want to support wildlife and pollinators. Like if there was 1 month not to mow your lawn, try to not mow in May. So it's basically asking us not to pursue code enforcement related to our lawn laws. I'm comfortable with saying that we're in support of hitting pause on that on those laws is in the spirit of protecting wildlife and the pollinators.
I'll second that.
All in favor? And we can relay our vote to Holly and Corey and Alex and Pat and the team in the building department, who would ordinarily be involved in code enforcement like this. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Next item is having the project manager title and the deputy clerk title sign documents approved by the village board of trustees. So this is just when we approve of a letter, like even something like this Millbrook Preserve Inc. grant app, and we're going to sign off on this letter. This is just saying that we're comfortable with an electronic signature instead of collecting physical signatures. Am I describing that correctly, Autumn?
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Okay. So someone want to second my motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll add that the numbers 5, 6, 7, and 8 were all climate initiatives on our agenda, to just circle back to that part of our discussion.
Yep, good heads up. Thanks, Michelle. Item number 10, a resolution to move bills and claims. Someone want to second my motion?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Planning board liaison report. I think without Bill, we don't have info to share. And then Sana, did you want to share anything about ZBA meeting?
Just that a public hearing was set for May 10th at 7 o'clock for the Mannheim Muse project, which is the affordable senior housing. They're there to get a height variance as being able to just have a one entryway instead of one big one.
Got it, okay. And then do we have the next item would be adopting our budget. That should be added as item 13.
Added.
Added. I motion to adopt the budget with amendments to the water fund. So Nancy did some final housekeeping in terms of reducing some of the expenses that she had penciled into this budget.
Great.
So this includes no tax to the general fund, but an increase in water and sewer fund rates. So motion to adopt the budget.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I think that's it. Oh, we did get a note back from Eve, and unfortunately she is under the weather. So we'll look forward to hearing from Eve probably at the April 27th meeting. Does that make sense? Okay. And then both of our colleagues, Alex and Bill, had given us a heads up in advance of this meeting that they were unfortunately not going to be able to make it. I think Alex was under the weather and Bill had a conflict that he was not able to negotiate around. So they were missed. Anything else?
No, I guess just a reminder that, COVID numbers are ticking up a little bit and to, care about each other and keep each other safe and be mindful of all the things that we know how to do.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
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 Okay, good night, everybody.